Tola also tells Corrupt, like, you need to honor that woman right there, okay? You need to respect that woman right there. When you went to that hospital, she knew how much you ate, she knew how much you drink, she knew everything about you. And she did it all in anger. And I was like, oh, yes, because I would have been pissed off, okay? She's like, you walk around and you treat this woman like crap, and she has been holding you down for the longest. Respect the woman who holds you down. And I'm like, exactly. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. This is a marriage bootcamp hip-hop edition, season 17, episode 4, review, recap, all that good stuff. Y'all, so the episode basically picks up exactly where it left off, okay? They still in there arguing about Shonda being jealous. She still won't own up to the fact that she started everything. She definitely started everything. She won't own up to it because she's not jealous, okay? She was just saying that she was being extra. But why would you say it? Why would you say it if you're not jealous? It's her job, right? It was part of the thing, right? Okay, whatever. So, I don't know, because Phaedra's up in her room like, oh, I'm just like, this is a lot. Like, they need to put their representatives back up, you know, all this arguing and all this fighting. And I'm like, girl, you from Housewives of Atlanta. You don't know anything but arguing. Every time we watch Housewives of Atlanta, everybody is always arguing. So since when did you become like, this is too much to be around? Girl, bye. Okay, I've seen you read for filth. Literally for filth. On Housewives of Atlanta. Stop it, okay? Cut it out, period. Okay, so Devon then goes to Willie to apologize about the whole incident that happened. You know, he just wants to be a better person. He's basically apologizing for whooping Willie's behind. But you know, I mean, he only got the best of him because he pushed him. He pushed him hard too, though. Just saying, okay? So, we are officially on day 4 of marriage boot camp, okay? Corrupt is talking, and he's saying that it was God's plan. Like, God's the reason he was sent to the hospital. And that now he sees that, you know, he needs to do more. He needs to, you know, get himself better because the road he going down ain't going to be good, obviously, okay? And he's made a conscious decision to not drink. Tony is just saying, like, listen, I've seen him make a decision to not drink before. It's not going to last long. He needs to do more, okay? He needs to go to get help. This is a disease. He cannot fight this on his own. And I totally agree. There's no way he's going to be able to fight alcoholism on his own. Yeah, you can make a decision to not drink, but when that bottle's in front of you and you're an alcoholic, you're going to want to drink, especially in a house full of alcohol. Just saying. So now Dr. Ish and Judge Tola are going to do an experiment with them, okay? A drill. But they're not going to let them know that this is a drill. They're basically going to let them think that they're doing a podcast, okay? And the podcast that they're going to do is for the trailer of Marriage Boot Camp, and where they discuss like how their experience is, and they get asked different questions. They split them up, okay? It's all the guys and then all the girls minus Hazel E and Devon. So Hazel E is with the guys and Devon is with the girls, okay? So they separated basically the people who doing all the hurting, which is guys and Hazel E, to the people, which is girls and Devon. I just thought it was so funny, like they really just threw him in with the girls. But it is what it is, okay? She's an alpha female. He just has to accept that, right? Period. So Corrupt is basically talking about how in their relationship they're dealing with a bunch of infidelity, and his drinking is a problem. And he basically says that Tony enables him to drink. And I'm like, how does Tony enable you to drink? Like, what do you mean? Basically, he's trying to get at the fact that she's the reason he drinks, because she's always mad and always want to argue. And when she wants to do that, he decides that he's going to go get drunk. And I'm like, that's not enabling, honey. That's not enabling. But he wants to believe it is, so just let him have it. Just let him on have it, okay? Hazel E is over there calling Devon a sugar baby, okay? She's like, yeah, we joke about him being a sugar baby. And Devon is upset because he's like, why is she saying that? Like, if it's a joke, why even bring it up? Like, I don't understand what was the purpose. He's upset because it's like, he's a man. Don't no man want to be a sugar baby. And if you want to be a sugar baby, then you wouldn't be mad. So I kind of feel like at this point, Devon may actually be here for Hazel. Why? I don't know. He loved her or whatever, but it is what it is, okay? Medina is still talking about how he not getting any in the house or whatever. And then Phaedra's over there talking about something, well, he's not going to rush me. He's not going to rush me. The longest amount of time we've been together in this house. And it made me just question, like, they not here for, like, real marriage boot camp because they don't even know each other. They haven't even been together for 4 days straight yet. For a check. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It gotta be for a check, because why you on marriage boot camp, okay? You talking about he not gonna rush you. You talking about like y'all, this the longest time y'all been together. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, okay? Willie's over there talking about his fidelity and how he started cheating, so she started cheating. And Shonda's like, listen, no, that's not how it happened, okay? It happened like he brought the cheating into our marriage. He's been cheating since forever, okay? He cheated for years and years and years, and then I finally got tired and I went and got me some too, okay? The only way he gonna learn if I hurt him how he hurt me. But honestly, it's not working for them, okay? Obviously, him hurting her and then her turning around hurting him is not working for them, okay? We can't play tit for tat in a marriage. It's just not going to work. The whole time they having these conversations, Dr. Ish is in their ear just over there, giving them, he's just basically feeding them, the drama, feeding them how they should feel, feeding them that they should be upset, okay? They asked Corrupt about a girl that he met in the studio, and he's like, yeah, I invited her back to my place or whatever, but I ain't sleep with her. And everybody like, do you not see how that's wrong, Corrupt? Do you not see how she may think you cheating, Corrupt? Like, what are you talking about? It was nothing wrong with that. Tony's like, yes, he did sleep with her. I don't even know why. He's already caught. Just admit it, okay? Like, just admit it. Hazel is still over there talking about how Devon has no middle and how like she gets a little scared. One time he took her phone, basically tackled her down, took her phone, threw it and broke the phone. And Dr. Ish is over there like, that's not acceptable, right? That's not acceptable. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, okay, so he has anger issues, okay? We are starting to notice a pattern with Devon and his anger, okay? His anger turns into him putting hands on people and things. Problem, red sign, because that says that one day he may get mad enough and knock her out. I'm just saying, just my opinion, I could be wrong. They asked Vado, like, hey, are you 100% committed? And Vado's like, 100%. Like, do you talk to any other girls? And he's like, my baby mother. But it was a hesitation there, like it was like suspense, like ooh, and he's just basically saying that he confides in his baby mother about the situation that's going on with him and Tahiri. And Tahiri's over there like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's cheating. And he's like, that's not cheating. It's not considered cheating because, like, I didn't have sex with her. And the guys are over there trying to tell him, like, listen, that's emotionally cheating. And Tahiri is like, he want to know where we at? Where you at? Where you at? I'm like, oh, this house about to be turned upside down when they get out of this podcast, because they is definitely getting all the tea right now, okay? Found out that, what's his name? Willie is texting girls, okay? Just 2 weeks ago, he was out here texting girls, having inappropriate conversations or whatever. And he said that he realized that it was wrong, okay? He's taking accountability for his actions, okay? And everybody's like, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's right. Willie, take accountability for your actions. Basically, the whole podcast is over, and that's basically the gist of what they talked about, okay? So now it's time for them to get back in this house, and they get back and they tell them that they saw them in this podcast. They heard everything that they said. Now, Corrupt wants to blame Tony, and this is where I'm so freaking confused, because Corrupt is sitting there like, it's all your fault. I told you don't play these games with me. I told you don't play these little kid games with me. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, she didn't like set up the podcast and got the tea out of you. It wasn't her fault. Why are you mad at her? Like, you are the one saying these things. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's on marriage boot camp to work on some stuff. So why he acting like he don't want to work on some stuff? I don't get it. He's sitting there telling her like, listen, you just want me to say what you want me to say. And I'm like, huh? Like, Corrupt really be throwing me for a loophole, okay? That alcohol is really, really starting to get to him, okay? Tahiri is basically over there mad at Vado, just like, you a clown, yo, you a clown. And I'm like, yeah, You a clown. Like, what you talking to your baby mother for? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If it's not about the children, you don't need to be talking to her, especially if she might still have a thing for you and she thinks she could swoop up in there and get you out of it. I'm just saying. Now, Phaedra is talking to what's his name, Medina, and she's all like, you was in there all extra. And he like, sometimes you gotta be a little loud and extra to get your point across. And I'm just saying here, like, something about them just doesn't feel organic to me, okay? Nothing about Phaedra and Medina seems like a relationship. Yeah, they may sit up on that couch and hold each other, but that's as far as it's gonna go, okay? There's no intimacy, there's no passion, there's not even love, okay? I don't know why they're here, because obviously they don't have anything to fix because they don't have anything. Just my thought, just my opinion. Okay, Shonda asks Willie about, the situation about, like why he didn't say why he cheated. And he's like, I cheat because you make my life miserable. Okay, it's all because you over here, you always want to argue, you don't ever want to own up to your part of this, of the problem. And I'm like, it's true, like, girl, I understand he's cheated, but you cheating too. So you can't keep bringing up his infidelities and act like yours is okay. That's not how this works. That's not how this goes. So they basically still going back and forth. And I'm like, she needs to just move on from him or let it go and really focus on fixing their marriage. Just my opinion, okay? Hazel E is talking to Devon and she's like, well, if you feel some type of way about me calling you a sugar baby, why don't you say something? And he's like, well, basically he don't want to say anything because his anger is kind of like explosive, okay? He doesn't know how to communicate with his words. As we can see, he wants to put hands on things, okay? So instead of just talking like an adult, he wants to bottle it all up, and then when it comes out, it's explosive, okay? I'm just like, yeah, I don't really know about Devon. I think he's so young. I think he needs a lot of work, a lot of growing up to do, a lot of like self-care, because he has a lot of things going on with him. And we didn't even get deep down into what's his issues yet, but I'm sure we're going to get there. I just can't with corrupt attitude, okay? His attitude is really like just blame everybody for everything that's wrong in his life, okay? Blame her for him drinking. And I'm just like, why are you blaming this girl for you drinking? Her being mad at you is because you're drinking. If you stop drinking, she won't be mad. Y'all will be happy. It makes sense. Like, I just think he is a whole mess, okay? He needs real help, okay? So now that they are basically arguing and the whole house is upside down and everybody's mad at everybody, okay? Everybody out here trying to give advice to everybody in their situations, basically, and they all jacked up themselves. Now it's time for them to do the exercise, and the exercise is for them to actually argue as each other, okay? They have these big, like, popsicle heads, okay? I mean, they're huge popsicle heads. And I'm just like, okay. So they have to argue back and forth as each other, okay? And at the end of the thing, they get rules of engagement on the paper. And these rules of engagement is what they have to follow, okay? So Shonda and Willie rules of engagement is LUV. Listen, understand, and validate, okay? Willie still can't repeat what Dr. Ish wants him to repeat that Shonda said because he's not listening. Obviously, you can't repeat back because he's not listening. And I'm just like, this is just like a whole mess, okay? So Hazel E and Devon's rules of engagement is one play, okay? And one play is basically when they argue only about one thing, okay? And Devon says that's good because every time they want to argue, Hazel E want to bring up everything about nothing, okay? What they arguing about at that moment has nothing to do with what she start bringing up, okay? She always want to bring up old-ish, okay? She always want to talk about the past. And he like, okay, now we can work on one problem at a time if we do a one play, okay? Tony and Corrupt, y'all, I'm just so done with them, okay? There is same team, okay? Dr. Ish is like, you guys are fighting for it on the same team, okay? He's not just dealing with that, you are too. And I'm like, she's been dealing with it. She's tired of dealing with it. She got strength, okay? When I say that woman is strong, she is strong because that is a lot to handle. Watching him these last 4 days has been a lot to handle. I can only imagine what her life has been like. This is why she's always sitting there looking miserable. Miserable, okay? So Tahiri and Vato's rules of engagement is stay in the game, basically. So let's we gotta make this work. Like, we gotta stay in the game. Like, we can't just let this get the best of us, okay? She's just trying to figure out, like, how can you talk to your baby mother about us when you can't even talk to me about us? Like, you can't talk to me about me, but you got all the time in the world to go talk to her about me. Like, I would never do that, especially if you don't know what the agenda is. And I'm like, girl, you ain't said it. Somebody said it, because his baby mother could be trying to get right back in them drawers, realize that everything ain't what it seemed like. Oh, he gonna want me back sooner or later. And this is why Tahiri's like, I don't trust it. I just do not trust it at all. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I don't trust it either. Just saying. So Dr. Ish talks to Phaedra and Medina. He's like, I don't know what's up with y'all. Like, I haven't even seen y'all kiss, okay? So then he comes, they go to like kiss, and it looks like Medina wants to kiss Phaedra on the lips, but Phaedra is like, turns the head to like the cheek. And I'm just saying here, like, that was freaking awkward. That looked like, you know, one of them kisses where it's like, I don't know if I should even kiss you. I'm like, I don't even know if they've ever really kissed ever, okay? We already know they haven't even been together in the same room or the same house for 4 days straight, yet alone kiss, not had sex. So I don't know what's going on with them, okay? So Dr. Ish's rules of engagement for them is to spark the ball, okay? So maybe they should, like, you know, have sex, or maybe they should go out to dinner or something, you know, do something, y'all. Do something. Y'all in a relationship, right? Do something together. Spark the ball, okay? Because obviously they ain't getting it done. They just not getting it done, okay? So now Judge Tola, it's her turn to give her analysis on all the couples or whatever. And she tells Shonda to, like, girl, you gotta let this go. You can't make this relationship grow if you still holding on to it. And I'm like, yes, this is what I've been thinking and saying the whole time. She needs to let it go, embrace the marriage that they have now, and move forward if that's what she really wants, okay? And then she also says that she don't know if Medina and Phaedra is there because Phaedra called them Medina, like, let's go on marriage boot camp. And I'm like, that's exactly what happened. It's obvious. That's exactly what happened, okay? She's just basically giving us the tea and not even knowing it, okay? She's like, well, I did call him to, like, go on marriage boot camp because I want to see if this is, like, you know, the real thing, if this is going to work. And I'm just like, no, you're wasting our time. You're wasting our time, okay? We want to see people work on marriages and relationships, not try to get a relationship. She wasting our time, y'all. Phaedra just missed being on TV. That's just... Judge Tola also tells Corrupt, like, you need to honor that woman right there, okay? You need to respect that woman right there. When you went to that hospital, she knew how much you ate. She knew how much you drink. She knew everything about you. And she did it all in anger. And I was like, oh, yes, because I would have been pissed off, okay? She's like, you walk around and you treat this woman like crap. And she has been holding you down for the longest. Respect the woman who holds you down. And I'm like, exactly. So the main time, all the time you out here having all your fun, getting drunk, sleeping with women, she's the one that got to go take care of you the next day. She's the one that got to sit up in the hospital with you. No wonder she said when she leaves, okay, she doesn't miss him, because she doesn't miss the arguing. She doesn't miss the fighting. She doesn't miss the drinking. I'm like, girl, I'm tired for you just watching and listening. Tired. Okay, so I know she tired. So now that they're done with Judge Tola, you know, whole rundown on their relationships and how effed up they are and what they need to do, Hazel E is telling Devon, like, we need to go to bed early tonight, okay? We don't need to be up all night long. You know, I'm tired, I'm drained, so let's just go to bed. He says he's not ready to go to bed. He's about to have some drinks or whatever and kick it and chill. And she like, he just want to sit down with these people he don't even know, and then instead of handling his business with his bitch. And I'm sitting here like, ooh, girl, so you refer to yourself as one, and this is why he treats you like one. Okay, makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. But I'm just like, it was cringy. Like, what do you mean? She got mad because he really didn't want to just, like, go upstairs and lay in the bed with her? We supposed to be working on us, but he want to go hang out with them. Girl, it's a whole house full of people. What you think he about to go do down there? I don't know. It felt like she thought he was about to be down there cheating with all these couples in the house. I don't know. This is what it seems like to me, okay? So Tony is bringing Corrupt food, and I'm like, look at it. Still catering to this no good mess of a man. Still catering to him, okay? When we get to Willie's room, we realize that parts of the text messages are now being covered up. And it's like, okay, maybe we're fixing our relationship. And that's why they're covering it up, okay? So now we get over to Hazel's room, okay? Hazel E is on the phone and she's having a conversation. And from the sounds of the conversation, it doesn't sound too innocent. I don't know if that's how they wanted it to sound, but it just didn't sound too innocent, okay? Even though it was innocent, but Devon doesn't know that. He comes in like, who you talking to? Who you talking to? He basically tackles down, takes the phone, and I'm sitting here like, oh, it's about to go down in this house. Hazel E is like, this is what I'm talking about. Now he's gonna feel stupid because that's my best friend on the phone. And he like, you tell me who you talking to when I ask you a question, okay? I don't gotta tell you nothing. Shut the F up. I'm sitting here like, yes, this is not gonna be good, okay? Because once again, his anger is getting the best of him, okay? And I'm not gonna be like she don't be starting it, but she did like antagonize that a little bit, okay? If the man asks you who you on the phone with, instead of being a B about it, just say I'm on the phone with such and such. Why you gotta be all extra about it? You know he already got issues. You just pushing this man to like explode even more. Did you want this to happen on TV? She like, yeah, he want to sit down there. It's off the cameras. It's off the show. That's why he wanted to be down there. Girl. I don't know what I'm going to do with Hazel E, y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all next episode is about to get super duper real. And you want to know why? Because I don't know what's going on with Hazel E and Divine, but it's a lot about to be uncovered. That's what it seems like to me. Just saying. Anyway, y'all, I enjoyed the episode. I love seeing people work through stuff, you know, realizing their parts, realizing what they're doing wrong in the situation instead of always blaming someone. So this episode was pretty good to me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week with another Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop edition. Peace.